I'm Norma T. Hollis, and I want to talk to you a little bit about the authenticity experience, the process and experience of becoming authentic. Now, when you think about authenticity and what does it mean, we have these definitions of trustworthy and being honest and being sincere. But actually, when I talk about authenticity, I go beyond that. Because I also talk about being the person you were born to be. Stepping into your natural gifts and talents and being that person. And also with a focus on the common good. We want authenticity in our society that focuses on making things better, not worse. So there are great benefits with being authentic. The benefits do impact society, but they begin by impacting you. Let me tell you about a few people who have been through the authenticity process and have come out on the other end with great joy and great benefits. Let me tell you first about Zenora. I met Zenora several years ago when I was in Washington, D.C. at an event, and she got involved with the authenticity process and decided that she wanted more self-knowledge and she wanted to raise her self-esteem, and she liked all the benefits that authenticity provides. And I talked to her a month after she had gotten involved with one of my programs, and she was so elated. I said, why was she so happy? And she told me she had released 10 pounds. I said, well, I congratulated her and told her how great that was. And I asked her, so were you trying to lose weight? I didn't know. You didn't mention that when I met you a month ago. She said, no, I wasn't trying to lose weight. I wanted to lose weight, but I wasn't putting forth the effort yet. But what happened, she said, Norma, is that when I got into authenticity, when I got into my inner voice and my outer voice and my expressive voice, and I started getting into me and knowing me better, all of a sudden my self-esteem raised. And I just felt better about myself. And because of that, I started eating less to the point that I lost weight, 10 pounds in a month. Whoa, I was blown away. I never expected that just the idea of connecting more with yourself would have such a benefit for her body, for her health care, for her weight, as well as her self-esteem. I'm so proud of her, and I congratulate you, Gennaro, for your success. Let me tell you about Gennaro. Gennaro's out here in Los Angeles area in California, and he is a high achiever. Gennaro is always talking about generating more revenue, gaining more coaching clients, doing more for his business, and just doing more in life in general. Well, when I started working with Gennaro, shortly afterwards, he got sick. As a matter of fact, the diagnosis was cancer. We were all pretty shaken about that and quite concerned. But high achiever that Gennaro is, he began to implement some practices that allowed him to be very successful in eliminating the cancer in 3 months. I was really proud of how he was focused and made that happen. But as I worked with him for authenticity as he got well, do you know the very day that the doctor gave him a release and told him he could go back to work full-time? I want you to know, Gennaro didn't do full-time. He did super full-time work. He's a high achiever. He then said, Norma, I'm going to end up with 18 clients. I just need 7 more clients. I'm going to get them in a week. And I went, whoa, hold up a minute, Gennaro, hold up a minute. Let's go back to this authenticity piece. Let's go back to your gifts and talents and what you told me are part of your objectives in life. Now, I asked him, didn't you have to change? No, let me back that up. What I asked him is, how much did you have to change your life to heal the cancer? He told me he had to make about a 50% change in his life. He had to change his diet, some of the activities, some of the way he thought, just different things of that nature. So I asked him, I said, Gennaro, so what makes you think that you can go back to the life that you had, making a 50% change in your health and your lifestyle, and not make 50% change also, or some portion of change in your business? He thought about that a bit and said, well, that makes some sense. So I said, let me give you a suggestion, Gennaro. Rather than 18 clients, why not get 15? Make the 18th client your 2-year-old daughter. Give that coaching time to her every month. That will pay off phenomenally. Give another of those coaching hours to your baby's mama. Spend more time with her. And by the way, after I told him that, he took her to see Smokey Robinson and got a whole bunch of points for that. Slowed down a little bit, became more authentic, stepped into his gifts and talents. And the third thing I suggested for him, for the third client, make that yourself. And give yourself more time. And see how that works. Well, a month after that, when I saw Gennaro, he had the biggest smile on his face. He said his whole personal life has shifted considerably because he stepped into authenticity by being authentic with himself, by connecting more with his inner voice and hearing the call, the need to spend more family time, by expressing himself in a way that was a little bit different. And by the way, he also raised his rates to compensate for those 3 clients and was able to get new clients in a week's time. Phenomenal. High achiever. High achievers sometimes have that challenge to balance the achievement with the fulfillment. What authenticity gives you is great fulfillment beyond your belief. You know, we're taught to believe that fulfillment comes from the job and from the money and from all the things that we get. But the truth is, fulfillment comes from within. And that's an example that Diana brings. Now, Diana came to me when she was retiring after spending 33 years in a very male-dominated industry. Her last few years were spent as a sales manager. Now, as a child, Diana made the decision, I'm not getting married. I don't like the way my father treats my mother, and I don't want any parts of that. And she also decided, I'm not having any kids either, because she was the oldest of 9 children. So she really lived her childhood being a mother, in a sense, for her siblings. But by the time she retired, it was like, well, I have no job now, and I have no husband, and I have no children. What am I going to do? That's when Diana found authenticity, and that's when we met. And after I worked with her and assisted her to strengthen her relationship with herself, she ended up doing just that, because she realized that the way to reach her fulfillment was to help others. So what is she doing now? She is creating opportunity throughout her entire city for the seniors in her city to receive farm fresh food. She has fresh farmer food delivered to different senior citizen residents throughout her city. And she's getting all kind of accolades, she's getting sponsors, she's just getting consulting positions. She is living her dream. She is so fulfilled. She has no concerns about anything except going tomorrow and being more fulfilled and reaching out to more people. That's the kind of life she chose, using her gifts and talents in an authentic way. I wonder what will happen for you. If 10 pounds can be lost just by being more authentic. If a family relationship can be strengthened and bonded just by stepping into authenticity. If a whole city of seniors can be fed just by someone accepting their authentic role in society, what can you do? What will work for you? You have no idea. Well, I invite you to find out. And it starts with joining me on a webinar on Thursday, where I'm going to talk to you about authenticity, about what it means to not be on reality TV any longer, to find the reality within you that allows you to live an authentic life, to connect you and align you more with yourself. And that's going to leave you with a great deal of joy. Now, I have another video I'm going to be sending you tomorrow that's going to give you even more about what it means to tweak just one little thing in your life to make a difference. So I hope you'll join me tomorrow.